I'm Judea Murray, and here on a positive note, we highlight the most heartwarming stories from all around our tri-state that move and inspire us. Now, most people look forward to retirement as they start getting up there in age, but this 80-year-old man from New Jersey says he's just getting started, and you won't believe with what.
If you were to pull up out of the blue at the volunteer Blairstown Hose Company #1, you'd probably do a double take when you meet Bob Halberstadt. First, you'd be surprised that a guy who looks and moves like he does is 80 years old. God, you don't look 80, man.
I fooled everybody.
Then you'd be surprised that a guy who's 80 years old just completed his rookie year as a firefighter.
Most people are already retiring at my age, and here I am just getting started.
Halberstadt worked as a volunteer EMT for years. He worked delivering newspapers for the New York Daily News. Those worlds collided the day 20 years ago when he jumped out of his truck to deliver a baby in the Holland Tunnel, bringing him 15 minutes of worldwide fame. In January 2019, about 6 years after retiring from that newspaper delivery job, he signed up for the Firefighter 1 class at the Warren County Firefighter Academy. He was 78.
I didn't know what I was getting into, because if I would have seen what the recruits are going through, but I didn't know any better. I said, hey, why not?
His wife, Carol, was not surprised.
He just loves doing it. You know, it's a great sense of satisfaction.
The academy was 4 months of training, including live firefighting, search and rescue, all carrying 60 pounds of gear.
I was older than all the instructors. I was 3 times older than the recruits. Some of them could have been my grandchildren.
Now he goes out on search and rescues for lost hikers, fights local house fires. I had to ask him his fitness regimen, which turns out doesn't exist. So you in the gym all the time? Or I mean, you doing squats and burpees in the backyard? What's the routine?
I'm on the treadmill an hour a day.
All right.
Next time I'm going to turn it on, though.
The key, though, is to never stop moving physically and moving forward in every other way that he can.
If there are any other senior citizens out there, they should kind of step out of their life and do something different. Take a chance. Volunteer for your community, and more important for themselves. And who knows, it would make them give a sense of purpose and a sense of worth again. So age doesn't mean anything. If you want to do it and you can do it, don't worry about what anyone else says. Go ahead, do it.
Every time I think I've seen it all, someone from our tri-state comes along and amazes me. And by now, most of our kids around the tri-state are already back in school, whether it be physically or virtually. And we asked you parents and guardians to submit their first day photos to us here at News 12. Well, here are just some of my personal favorites. All right, world, say hello to little Miss Kendall from South River in Jersey, whose parents clearly went all out for her at-home classroom. It looks like the real thing. Even I had to look twice. Well done, Mom and Dad, well done. Now over on Long Island, there was this super decked out lawn celebrating Michaela's first day of 5th grade. It's all masks up at this school in Cold Spring, New York, where students are learning in outdoor classrooms. And I'm pretty sure this one from Connecticut is a total move for all of us. Send wine, send beer, and send more snacks for the kiddos streaming class in the comfort of their PJs. I love it. Good luck to all the teachers and students out there determined to give this unique school year everything they've got. And they're not just giving, they're receiving too. Let's head to the Bronx for a big back-to-school giveaway, setting up our kids in the city for success this year.
I just want to see the kids happy.
School supplies like backpacks, binders, and notebooks were available to take home for free. And what better way to bring everyone together than with food? A barbecue helping them to break bread. And of course, some basketball to get the kids socializing.
A lot of these children, they walk past each other and they don't say anything to each other. There's no bond in the community anymore.
It may seem simple, but the impact is long-lasting. Joyner says this could potentially de-escalate a future altercation.
Because now I know this guy played basketball with him. I know this guy was in the barbecue with him.
Joyner is the CEO of the Hood Therapy podcast, which he says dives deep into mental and emotional health, elevation, and personal development. Sunday's event was sponsored by that podcast and Drink Champs, another podcast by rapper Noriega and DJ EFN. The organizers say their goal is to get the kids in the right mindset at this age and to take care of themselves.
We actually titled it A Day of Serenity. so you can come here and just have a peaceful day.
And if you could be a positive role model, then they'll have other people to look up to.
You know what that sound means. It's time for a feel-good fact. The kids aren't the only ones getting the hookup this fall. All September long, teachers and school faculty members can go to their local Wawa for one free coffee of any size every single day. Save a life and tell your favorite educator about this super cool deal. Trust me, they're gonna need that free adrenaline rush by week 3. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was your feel-good fact. And while we're talking about coffee, I have to spill the beans on this up-and-coming business in Greenwich. The historic Mead House on Maple Avenue in Greenwich, Connecticut will soon be calling itself Coffee for Good. That's because Abilis and Second Congregational Church are turning it into a coffee shop that hires people with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
We anticipate the training programs to vary between 6 to 12 months, and they will be gaining the professional and technical skills they need to go out and perform many of these functions in cafe and retail environments.
With an expected grand opening for spring 2021, owners say they're projected to train about 24 employees in the first year. And what's a cup of joe without a sweet pastry to complement it? Let's head to Brooklyn for the bakery on Bergen, thinking outside of the box to get you back in.
You come in and I get to know my customers. I would say the majority of my customers I know.
But the interaction bakery owner Akim Van would have with her customers would come to a halt as she closed up her shop at the height of the pandemic.
We were working with so many unknowns. It was really important to isolate because you didn't know what was happening. We haven't seen whatever this is.
But with caution and creativity, business is back.
We have everything. So we have cookies, we have brownies, we do empanadas. We have a blondie that we're really proud of. We named it a Mary J. Blondie.
Growing in a new direction as foot traffic has slowed down across the city.
I didn't have as much delivery before COVID, and certainly during the COVID, I've seen an exponential growth with regard to delivery.
While the 6-year-old boutique bakery attracts many eyes, they say adapting to the current times is key.
Even though I'm still at my bakery, there's some things that I've had to reinvent, like the outdoor space, like doing more pickups, like doing more deliveries.
Practicing social distancing and safety at all times.
I'm gonna be honest, she had me at Mary J. Blondie. Now, as we get into the back-to-school grind, we're seeing that this school year in particular is taking some extra getting used to, what with navigating Zoom, picking out masks to match school uniforms, or heck, just waking up in the morning. We wanted to know how our children felt about going back to school, so Lily Stolzberg put a couple of them on the spot.
It's back to school time, and while it may look a little different this year, we spoke to some kids about why they're so excited. What's the most exciting part about school?
To see all my friends. The water breaks.
Water breaks are fantastic, right? I love a good water break.
Recess. Yeah, lunch.
To eat lunch.
Probably just like being in school, because I haven't been in school for so long, like it just...
You like forgot?
Yeah.
I mean, it's been like 6 months.
Going away from so much bossiness.
Who's bossy?
Oh, my mother. Don't tell her I said that.
I won't say a thing. You're in so much trouble later. What is different this year than last year?
Well, definitely the masks. That I'm gonna see everyone wearing a mask. We have to wear masks.
Right? That's what everybody's saying. How do you feel about the whole mask situation?
Sweaty, hot, sweaty, 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 hot, more sweat, sweat, and hot.
Yeah, pretty much. I always say it could be a lot worse, right? We could be like in a full hazmat suit, but it's just a mask. Yeah. Want to test your trivia skills on our next Zoom call? Well, just follow News 12 on Facebook and let us know. It may just be you that I put on the spot.
For those who are back in school virtually, you may have run across all sorts of technical difficulties that may be making your streaming experience seem lackluster. Well, before you get frustrated, I want to share a few tips that just might be the answers to all of your problems. So come with me. I'm taking you home to tackle the tech. Well, welcome to my home. There are plenty of ways to improve your next Zoom call. I've got 3 tips that'll specifically help you get through virtual school this fall. Like tip number 1, good lighting is free. You just have to know where to find it. Many homes come equipped with incandescent light bulbs. It's that light that gives your skin that yellowish, goldish tone, which you may have noticed from your last selfie can be pretty unattractive. Now I suggest you position yourself in front of a window or as close as you can get to one to use some of that beautiful natural lighting. Now of course you could opt in to buy a 3-point lighting setup with some umbrellas or even a ring light, but the sun, my friends, is free. Just remember to keep the majority of the light in front of you rather than behind you. Otherwise you'll look like a video game character that hasn't been unlocked yet. My next tip is for if you just rolled out of bed and you don't have time to get ready before class. Take a look. If you go next to the video icon and change your video settings, you can touch up your appearance. We can't all be like Beyonce and wake up flawless. And just in case you're self-conscious about your environment, there are plenty of virtual backdrops that you can use for free to keep it cute and clean. Just make sure that your backdrop is appropriate for school. And last but not least, please turn off your microphone when you're done talking. Nobody wants to hear your TV or your mom on the phone, and definitely not the toilet flushing. And of course, before you get up, make sure that you turn off your video. Because let's be honest, nobody's wearing pants on these things. Thank me later. See? Follow me on Instagram at Judea Murray and let me know if any of my tips helped. I'm not IT, but I know a thing or two about looking good on camera.